I'm Sarah Webb. Welcome to Quantum Healing with the Angels, the podcast. Hello friends, this is Sarah with Quantum Healing with the Angels, and I have a new episode for you today. It's episode 24, and this is another channeling transmission. It starts out with Archangel Metatron, and then it switches quickly to Uriel. And I need to tell you what was happening at the beginning so that it will make sense, because I sound a little emotional. That's because I was in a trance state and I was getting information in a way that I've not really gotten it before, and I was trying to sort it all out, and I needed to talk to them about what was happening. And then I looked over and Travis had sort of fallen asleep / gone into trance, so they did start talking to me and explaining what was going on. So that's why I sound a little, well, I think I was crying. I can't remember honestly why, except I was really feeling a lot of energy at that moment. And so that's why it was so intense. And I was seeing things too. So anyway, that was happening. And that is what he's referring to when he says like what you're seeing is real or whatever. There's also a joke in the beginning. They threw a joke in there. And they were joking about this movie that we've been watching, sort of like, you know, when you really like a movie and you just watch it over and over. That's what we've been doing. And this movie is called Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga, and we're kind of obsessed with this movie. It's like funny and it's stupid but not too stupid, and we love looking at the land in Iceland. It even makes me cry sometimes, like certain parts, you know, like happy cries. We saw it on Netflix for a while and never watched it because we thought it would be stupid, but we actually love it. Travis's higher self popped in with a quote from it, and so you'll hear me laugh about that in the beginning. Later on in the channeling, there's another movie that's mentioned, and I just wanted to let you know that movie, when I say, oh, are you talking about like the movie that we watched, or is it similar to the movie that we watched? That is the movie Stargate. So if you want to look that up, that's the movie I'm talking about. There's also some content that I asked a question and I got a really detailed answer, like really detailed. And I asked, is it safe for me to share this? And he said, not publicly. And I said, what about on Rumble? And he said, not that one. And he said, you can share it privately. You can either tell people or, you know, you can share the recording privately. So I set up a way for you to get access to that recording if you give a donation. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Of course, we'll take any amount, but I'll tell you why I made it that way. We really need your support right now. We are struggling to keep this afloat, basically. We have new expenses that have come up that we did not know we were going to have. And I don't know if this is like the challenge that we're up against or what, but it's a substantial amount per month that we need to start making. And so we're doing everything we can, but if you want to make a donation, we would so appreciate that. And I set it up for a minimum donation of $5, but like I said, whatever you can afford. And for that you'll get, it's like 11 minutes and 55 seconds, so almost 12 minutes of content, extra content that is really detailed it is a little bit shocking. So, you know, if you don't like things like that, keep that in mind. But if you want to know what happened with some people in a place that's pretty, and just like the inside on that, I can't say what it is. You can write to me if you want to know. I can tell you that way. I will have that at the very top of the show notes for you to see, so that it's easy to find. And if you have any trouble using that donation platform, just write me at my email or through my website. I'll leave those at the top of the page also. And so you can let me know if you can't use that particular platform. Just drop me a note and we'll figure out how you can send your donation and get that recording. And that is pretty much it. That's all I need to tell you. So we will get going now with episode 24 of Quantum Healing with the Angels.
What you are seeing is clear.
Okay.
You receive images when you meditate, and when you meditate, you astral travel. When you astral travel, you see into other people's lives, and you see what they are seeing. Sometimes they are very strong, and sometimes they are not. Yeah. But they are true.
Okay. So I heard channeling. Me channeling. That's what I heard.
Yes, you channel, and sometimes you channel unknowingly for other people. If you are thinking of someone, or if you are thinking of helping someone, sometimes when you channel, you could be channeling their higher self, and their higher self is giving you information. If the information spills into your brain and you have no idea what it is coming from, then most of the time it is usually coming from that person's higher self. When it comes from your higher self, then you will be able to tell if it's your higher self, mainly because of the feeling of it. If it feels like it's a steady amount of information and you don't know where it's coming from, then it's usually from another being's higher self. But sometimes if it's information and you're not sure what it is, then sometimes it is your higher self trying to give you more insight on it. And then usually that's when your higher self asks the other being's higher self to come in. And then when that information spills in, you start to get visions. And that's when you're getting it from the other being's higher self. And sometimes you might just astral travel on your own. You might see average things like walking into a store or something like that. That's usually, you could be astral traveling and you could be seeing what that person is seeing in real time.
Oh.
It's almost like you're a secondary higher self to their higher self. And if you're not talking to anyone at the time, then it's best just to wait, because usually that person will be coming to you soon. And that's when sometimes it happened to you before. Some new person came to you and is like, well, I just had a vision of that. So sometimes you get them before you even meet the person.
So that was the jolt that I felt?
Yes, it'll feel like a jolt sometimes.
Is that the person I was talking to at that time? That minute? Is that what you mean?
Yes, it was for that person.
Oh, I see.
And you will know these things soon on your own, where you don't have to ask anyone about it. You won't have to ask us anything before.
That's good.
Because you're still getting used to your new abilities. And once you really get used to them, then you won't need to ask any questions, because you will know. I know it takes a lot to get used to at the beginning, because it's so new and you try to figure it out, and you will get it. But this information will help a lot when it comes to what you do. And you are getting used to it. It is very strong for you because you're an empath. But you will figure it out. Uriel wants to take over. You will get the answers when you speak to the person you need to. Then you can listen to what they say, and usually what they say is going to be what you saw, because it is part of your psychic abilities. So you will get the answers eventually.
So that was like a little pre-jolt.
Yes, it was a pre-jolt.
Like a little yank.
Yes, it was a yank.
Yes, you guys are doing
and
that.
You will feel it, and you will...
It's very funny.
This being's higher self is so amusing.
You guys are really funny.
He is so amusing.
Oh,
he keeps everything in your heads. And everything that is humorous, he's tried to... It is very funny.
What is he doing? He is very funny, by the way.
He is telling me to say it, but I don't know if I should
say it, please. Say
it. He says...
Yes.
It is all about the polio.
Oh, shoot. Oh my god.
He knew you would like that, so he told me to say it.
You guys are so funny.
I guess it is
okay
not to be so serious all the time. He's very here.
I'm like trying to not fall over and laughing at the same time. You are very funny, all of you.
That's what his higher self is telling me.
Goodness.
He said, just go with the flow.
Go with the flow, yo. So you've seen us watching that.
Yes, we see everything you do, and that is one reason why you like that kind of entertainment, because it really resonates with you.
It is very happy, that movie.
And it goes with what you were doing. It goes with your life and everything you are doing.
Funny.
The human kind, I don't know. The humor kind of matches with it, so it kind of helps everything. Just happier and go along very, very well.
Yeah.
So yes.
Do you think that's funny? I've been curious about that movie. That part.
We think it is very entertaining.
I've wondered.
But the being's higher self has a higher ability to be funny.
He's so funny.
Because, on your planet they make up a lot of different words. And
yes.
We understand what he is saying, but the way he says it is very, very humorous.
It is. He's so funny.
But it does help because it makes everything happy, and happiness is light.
Yes.
So we approve of it.
That's why we like to watch that so often. And we like that area.
Yes.
We feel drawn to that area. So it is fun.
Yes. It is good to have all of those things.
Yeah.
Because when you... This being likes it too.
He does. It makes him happy.
We are very excited for what is happening.
Yes.
Because it is getting, as you say, ramped up. It's getting very ramped up. And you will be able to help people. If they have these kinds of gifts that we give them, yes, you will be able to help them with them. And at the beginning, a lot of people are they're not necessarily frustrated. They're kind of confused. But they don't know where to use them. But luckily, there are more people you around where they can just talk to people like you. And all you gotta do is tell them they do not have to let people in their families know what they can do yet. If they don't feel comfortable with it, they can keep it to themselves. Or just stay into a group of people that know what they do. If they are afraid of telling these kind of things to their families, then they don't need to tell them. It is mostly best if they keep it to themselves to keep harmony in their families. And we do not mind that. Because we know when people sign up for certain things in their life, they might pick a life that is harder for them to do things like this. So they may not even be able to get it out like they want unless they are prepared to let go of certain family members or just change their life entirely, which is possible for them to do that because when they do things to help other people, if their other families see them helping other people, they usually come back anyway, and they will want to understand it. If someone asks you that they want to do what you do, but they're having problems with their family, the best thing to tell them is to just work on it for themselves and be around other people that do these kind of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there is none of their family's business, but it is up to you if you want it to be their business. If you want it to be their business and you know you have a family that will give you problems, then it is up to you to figure out what you want to do. If you want to do it and you're ready to cut your family off, then it's up to you. But if you have a family that you know that will not approve of it, then it's best just to keep it to yourself. And if you want to make videos like you do and they will see it, then you have to be prepared to let them go. Because you will not convince them. You will not convince them to understand what you are doing. They just have to be around people that understand what they're doing, and they have to be prepared to let those family members go and live their own lives, which that's what they're supposed to be doing in the first place. People are not on your planet to live for their families. They're there to live for themselves. If their family happens to stay around them, then that is all good. But like we always say, you were brought to that situation on your own, and you will leave on your own. Your family does not die with you when you die.
Right.
You are not there to please anyone in your family. You are only there for your well-being. And if you want to help other people, that is fine. But if those people do not want to be helped, then you have to let them go. Same as family. If family doesn't understand, then they just will never understand. Some might, and some might not. But the ones that don't, then it's best just to leave them alone and let them live their lives the way they want. And don't worry about them talking about you because it is none of their business. If they talk about you, that is what they do. But you cannot let them talking about you hurt your feelings because they do not know what you do. That is why they're talking about you in a negative way, because they do not know what you do. And they do not understand it. So if they don't understand it, then it should not hurt your feelings. Because you know they do not understand it. There are pretty much most of the people on your planet will persecute you for doing this because it's not what you call mainstream yet. So you might as well be ready for it, and it shouldn't even hurt your feelings. Because if they don't know what you're doing, then whatever they say should not even matter because they don't know what you're doing. So that should make it easier for people to understand that.
Yes.
If don't nobody understand what you're doing, and they're talking negative about you, how can they talk negative about something that they do not even understand?
Right.
So whatever they say should not even matter because they do not know what's going on. That is how we give out information, because we know a lot of people won't believe it because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt our feelings because they know. We know they will know once they get back up here. We know how it works. They will know everything once they get back up here. Of course, we're not going to care what they say down there because they're still trying to learn and they do not understand.
Do you give this information to lots of people?
Yeah, some people get some information, but they don't hear it because they're so blocked.
Okay.
We give everybody this information all the time. Sometimes it'll click with some people. And then, when they find people like you, then they're like, wait, I was just thinking about that. And then they want to learn more. And that's how people get interested and they learn more, and then you teach them. And sometimes it is harder for them to really get into it because of the religions and they just don't understand. But if they really, really figure it out and listen, then they will finally understand. Some people will understand and some won't. That's just the way life is down there.
Yes.
On that planet. Yes.
Could I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. There's a lady who said she had a dream flying around the earth with Archangel Michael, and she was following a line of light, and they were fixing it or healing it.
Ah.
Yes, I told her I would ask for her.
Oh, she had a joyous moment. A lot of people would love to have that moment.
Yes.
Sometimes we try that with a lot of people, but they think they're having a dream.
Yes.
But they're not having a dream. They're actually doing it. They're actually astral traveling, and they're helping us put out the light. See, that's how we put light around. You remember when I told you that we were trying to put extra light on the earth?
Yes.
We do it that way, too.
Okay.
We'll get one of you to help us do it.
Oh,
And
wow.
sometimes it's people they only know us as the winged angels. But
Right.
sometimes we show ourselves that way just for the visual, just because that's what they know. So we will come with
what they know.
With the wings, and we'll help them, follow through, and they will help us put out light. And they think they're having a dream, but they're actually astral traveling. Yes, she had a very joyous time, and it was not a dream. She was astral traveling.
So she could probably do this work.
Yes, she can do this work very easily.
And there's another lady, too, who's been asking.
Yes, when they ask, that is a big step.
It is.
And someone like you can help them. Sometimes it takes them a lot to understand. But once they get used to it, they will understand.
Well, I used to think I couldn't do this. And now I know I can do this.
Yes, because you fought through all of the negatives. You remember how we told you, like, when you try to do things, the negatives still try to affect you?
Yeah.
They're going to keep doing that no matter where. No matter how good you are at this, they're going to just keep doing it. But see, you're strong enough to know it's them doing it, and you'll be able to get over it very fast because you're used to it by now.
Right.
When you can see the negative energy a mile away, as soon as they try to mess with you, you just knock it away. Sometimes it takes a little time because they know how to press your buttons, but you still knock them away eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people that are still learning will just fall so deep in, and they will almost forget about us, which we understand how that happens to newer people that are trying to figure these things out because they're so used to being beat down.
Oh, yeah.
Then they will just forget about us. And of course, they won't believe it. Right. They think they were just going through a phase. That's what they call it. Yeah. I was just going through a phase.
Yeah.
I don't believe that anymore.
Well, I did that for a time.
Yes.
But it came back around.
Yes, it comes back around if you stay at it. But see, you stayed at it. That's how you got out of it. You still stayed at it. And that is how you fight the negative energy.
And I notice that people who have these sessions to heal something, it's their belief as well. And you can almost tell them that after the session is when they're going to have to learn how to deal with that negative energy, telling them that it's not real.
That is exactly right. That is exactly right. That is exactly how you do it.
I think I just pushed it away and pushed it away. So that's what I can tell them?
Yes.
Okay, because I have one lady who, she's been through a lot, Well, anyone who's had that has been through a lot.
Mm.
And I know they could use some encouragement.
Yes. One thing I can tell you for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. We gave you a special gift. The first thing that you think of, that you think that'll help someone, do it.
Okay.
Don't question it, do it. Okay. Like the ideas that you've been coming up with are perfect for different things.
Good.
We gave you a gift. That gift, what we gave you, is being sure of yourself. So when you think of an idea to do a certain thing, that is a good idea. None of the ideas that you're coming with are wrong. All of them will work. Anything that has to do with helping with someone with light will work. None of them are incorrect.
Okay.
So whatever you think about is correct.
It seems like I can help people into a trance even while they're awake.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's why I'm reaffirming to you that whatever you think about is correct.
Thank you. Okay.
Anything that has to do with fixing the light or helping someone with the light will work.
Is it the thing I was thinking last year when I was thinking about connecting from like heart to heart? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That is exactly it.
Yeah. I had forgotten
That
about
is even what we call it.
Really?
Heart to heart healing.
Oh, thank you.
That is yours.
Oh, thank you.
Use that.
Heart to heart healing. Okay.
Heart to heart healing.
Okay. I was going to call it awakened healing, but I will put heart to heart in there.
Yes.
Yes.
You can even throw awakened in there. Heart to heart awakened healing.
Healing. Okay. Got it.
That is it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Is there anything more you want to tell us about this year?
Things are going to happen. There's a lot of good things, and there are some little weird things that they're going to try. Which they already tried one, which you already know about. But, you know.
Yeah.
They won't work. They won't last long. They're just doing little prickly things, we like to call them, just to stir more negative energy up to make people more upset.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was going to ask you about. There was a time early on when I was pushing energy off of my body or pushing pain away. So apparently that is a real thing.
Yes, it is very real.
Okay.
You can push pain away that way.
That's amazing.
You can also do it for other people as well. Almost the same way you do for yourself. You can just think about that person and it will push their pain away.
Are you literally pushing it away?
Yes. It's almost like, not like pushing, but more like blowing. Blowing, how can I say this? Blowing. Oh, it's like blowing a feather from your hand.
Oh.
Even though a feather is very pretty, and pain is not infusing your body as hard as you think it is.
Oh.
Pain is like, it sounds backwards, but pain is like a feather. To make the pain go away, you can blow that pain away like a feather. Pain is not infusing your body where it won't go away, even for the main things you call cancer.
Really?
So if you want to cure someone's cancer, picture yourself blowing on the area on that person's body where they say the cancer is at. Just picture yourself looking at that cancer as a feather and blowing it away.
Okay.
And it will go away. And that will help them heal as well.
I saw the dragons blowing energy.
Yes.
Or light.
Yes, if you picture the dragons blowing light from their mouths instead of fire, that actually can help heal people too. It is all about the vision. People has a lot more power than they think they do. That's how people heal themselves. You can picture yourself. Let's say that you did have cancer, but let's say that you had cancer in your hand or something.
Yeah.
You can picture yourself blowing light into your hand and blowing that cancer away. Do it as many times as you want. As long as you believe that cancer is going away, it will go away.
Okay.
Everything in the mind can make things go away. That's how people heal themselves. That's why a lot of people don't believe they can heal themselves, because they think that is so unbelievable. Of course they're going to believe that, because you got doctors that's supposed to make people do it. But of course, doctors can't heal cancer. So what's the point of even having a doctor if they're going to say you're going to die? What's the point of even going to the doctor if they're going to say, well, you can do this, but you're still going to die? What's the point? You can heal yourself. You can save all that money that you have and just heal yourself. Be happy. Believe you're not going to die. Believe that you're healing yourself. And it will go away. Thinking, believing that you can heal yourself, it will go away.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. It sounds dumb to most people, but it is really that simple.
No, it really is that simple.
Because people do it all the time. There are people healing themselves all the time. Of course, your news stations and all of those, now they're not going to report on that. They do not want people to know they can do that.
No, they will say the opposite. Any news will say the opposite.
Right.
That's why I don't listen to those things anymore.
When they are so backwards down there, they make so much money killing people with cancer and saying they're going to die. They don't realize that they can also make a lot of money doing it the total opposite direction. If a doctor told you what we are telling you to tell people about healing themselves, they still will make money because they're still making money because the people are still coming in there to speak with them. They're still making money. They don't have to kill people to make money. But they're so used to killing people, making the money, to them, that's the easiest way to do it, is to tell someone they're going to die and keep giving them treatments that hardly even work.
Yeah.
Which they already do have a cure for it.
Of course.
Well, of course, they're not going to give that out. Not yet, actually. No. They will do it sooner or later. They may do it. That's why I say the timeline is matching. They may do it before the Flash, but they won't have to do it after the Flash. So either they'll do it before, or it will never happen before the Flash, basically.
Why would they do it before? To look like the heroes? Or why would they do that? Or because everything comes out?
They will. That's why I say they are on the verge of everything. They're trying to figure out what they want to do first. Because if someone it's like this. Someone has to come up with a cure for cancer. So they're basically fighting over who wants to be the one to come out with it. Because whoever comes out with it will be the hero of the world.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yes.
Amazing.
And of course, everyone wants to be that person. That's why they haven't came out with it yet.
So they're going to...
Either they're going to withhold it forever. Well, it's called Forever on Your Planet. Or they will come out with it, and then they will come up with something else that will take place of killing people like cancer, basically. They will come up with another bad disease that won't have a cure.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending cycle with... It's just a never-ending negative cycle.
Yes, that's really interesting. Let's see. Oh, I've been seeing other beings lately in a few meditations. There's not really much to ask about that, I guess, except I guess I never really... Well, I focus on you guys a lot.
Yes, those beings are beings that have always been around, and there's another part of it that you're starting to get. You're starting to see the other beings that are in what you call the fifth dimension. They're here, but you just can't see them because they're in another dimension. Yeah. And they're able to communicate with you and just show you who they are. They just want to show you who they are because you can finally see them.
I saw beings that I never have seen anything like what they looked like.
That's why we told you if your matrix ever went down, everyone would see those beings in real time.
So it's good to get used to that probably, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone would see those beings in real time if you didn't have your matrix. It would be everywhere. Your technology would be better because... Yeah, it'd be pretty much like your entertainment you see. You would probably have flying cars. You would have so many. You wouldn't have any diseases because they would all be cures for them. And yes, it is all about power on your planet. They do not want to let go of their power. They love their power. They would not have any power if they could. If all of those beings were around, everybody could see them. pretty much nobody will have any power. Everyone will be the same. Everything will still flow like normal, but you just have more beings around. No one will be scared of anything because you will see everything.
Will we see differently when that happens? Like, will we see it in dimensions? Or what will our vision
There
be
won't
like?
be any more dimensions. When that happens, it will be all the same. Like, there won't be any more dimensions. There will just be basically like here where we are in the light. It will be the same, but it will be like an earthly plane. They will kind of merge a little bit. They will merge a little bit, but it will be a higher. You'll be able to see us as well. It'll be like being in the light, but also on the earthly plane. But past lives and all that stuff won't matter. It'll be almost like it's kind of us. Maybe like it's merging and.
Some people say the earth will split. Is that true or not true?
It is. That is the way it is explained.
Yes.
That's why I say it's kind of hard to explain it, because the earth won't split. It'll just be the earth will be another form of earth.
It'll look different.
It'll be a lighter earth.
So it's not really splitting.
No, not really splitting. Like, when we kind of merge, you will be able to see the light, but you'll also be able to see the earth. But on the earth, you'll still be able to feel. You'll feel like you're still on the earthly plane, but everything will be nicer. You'll be able to do things you never knew you better do, but you'll still be able to feel. And you'll be able to cross over to our thing as well. You'll basically be able to go back and forth. So you'll be able to feel
like we're on an earthly.
Yes, you'll be able to feel.
Yeah.
You will be able to feel. How can I say this? I never said this before. You know how on your plane you have what you call sex?
Yes.
We do not have that here in the light, because it's really weird when you think about it, but it's almost like it's not needed. You won't even have the urge to want to have sex when you're here in the light. It's just so happy that you just don't need it. But it almost feels like you're having it with certain things that you do, but not in the sense that you have it on Earth. But when the Earth and the light split into the new dimensions, you will be able to have that sex on this side if you want. It's kind of hard to explain even when I try to explain it in our terms.
Yeah. See, here's where I'm confused. I don't think there will be any more time, right?
Yes, there will not be any more time. No one will be looking at clocks, because clocks won't matter.
Okay.
Because only why you have time now is because you have places you have to be at a certain time. When all that happens, you're not going to have anywhere to be. So time is not going to matter.
You said, though, something about things being moved up. Can you tell me about that?
Disclosure is being moved up.
Okay.
Not the Flash. Disclosure is being moved up. Disclosure and the Flash is two different things.
Oh, okay. So they are two different things.
The people on your planet does not know when the Flash is coming.
Yeah.
So why does disclosure have anything to do with the Flash? Disclosure is the things they're keeping from you. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Disclosure is all of the things that they are keeping from you on your planet that they should have told you a long time ago that they haven't told you. It has nothing to do with us.
So disclosure will make us able to see all those things. It's not the Flash that will
Disclosure
do that.
will change everyone's way of thinking of things. And when people's way of thinking changes, that brings in the closer to the fifth dimension that you call the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is waiting for everyone on your planet to wake up.
Okay.
When everyone's minds change and everyone's minds open up, that overrides the matrix. The matrix is a machine, but is also partial spiritually.
Okay.
So if everyone's minds were to wake up, that will override the matrix, because a lot of people will believe in the matrix, because there's a lot of people still don't believe in the matrix.
Okay.
So if everyone believes there is a matrix, then that will also cause the matrix to malfunction.
Oh, yeah.
Because the matrix is not just a machine. The matrix is linked to everyone's minds on the planet as well.
Okay.
So if everyone awakened at the same time, the matrix will cease to work, because no one will believe anything they're seeing on your planet is real anymore. They know they were lied to about things. Everyone will believe in other things that they should have believed in before.
I've got it. I used to think that the Flash was what was going to cause all that.
Yes, yeah. It is all about what people believe in.
Okay. So that's still a really good thing, though.
Yes, that is why they are keeping things from you, because if everyone was angry at the same time and everyone was told the truth about everything, that will change everything.
Yeah.
It will cause a collapse in your society as well, because, like I said, a lot of people will be angry.
Yeah.
A lot of people will not go to what you call work.
Right.
People will stop paying what you call bills. If everyone does that at once, then those beings that are keeping you captive that way will have no choice but to just let it be.
Okay.
And they have the power to keep things going even if they let that be.
Really?
Well, yes, because money will not exist anymore.
Oh, you mean we have the power to do that, or people?
Yes, because like we said before, you know how to make things. You know how to make power.
Yeah.
All of those things should be for free. If everyone was angry at the same time and stopped going to work and stopped paying bills, what are they going to do? Turn everyone's lights off? All that's going to do is make people even more angrier. So eventually they will have to break down and be like, okay, they know what's going on, so we just turn the power back on. They will not have to pay for the power.
Yeah.
If we can get enough people to stay making the things to continue to make food, we let them keep their houses. They don't have to pay for their houses. They don't have to pay for their cars. We just let everyone have everything they need to survive. All we ask is for them to help us keep producing those things. And they will agree. People will agree to keep producing those things, just so they can stay alive and have food. Wow. So you will always have, they know that it can happen that way. They know it can happen that way.
Do they want it to happen?
No, because they want their power.
I wouldn't think so.
That's why it hasn't happened yet. They want everyone to rely on money, because that's how you keep people enslaved. You keep people slaves that way. If you gave everything away for free and everyone was happy, and they don't want people to be happy, because they will be bored, because there is nothing evil going on. They will be bored. They do not want, they thrive on negative. And if everyone's happy, there will be no more wars. What will they be fighting over? Money doesn't exist anymore.
And they will probably leave, right? The ones that really thrive on that.
Yes, they will leave, and they might even try. Well, yes, they will leave.
Yeah.
They will try to take some people with them and on another planet and start all over again, and they will try to start all over again on another planet.
Oh,
but this
like
planet will be free.
Like, is that like the movie that we just watched?
Yes, there is a movie that you just watched that actually told you how they did what they did here.
Holy crap.
They were on They were on another planet,
Yeah.
which they said it was this planet.
Right.
And the people rose up against them when they stole some people and took them to another planet.
Okay.
They outlawed writing. They didn't let them do it. They pretty much turned them into the new slaves because the people on the old planet rose up against them and found out what they were doing. And yes, they will take children and raise them.
Oh, that brings up another.
They will take children and raise them simple ways and just start all over. It's easier for them to do it that way because the children, they'll raise the children to do certain things a certain way.
Do you get the same feeling we do? The good feeling from helping? Or do you just always
We're
feel
good all the time.
Yeah, you always.
Just because we don't sound like it, that doesn't mean we're not good. That's another reason what's the problem with your people on your planet.
That's
because
true.
they so used to seeing things on movies and they seeing these movie angels looking all innocent.
Right.
We're not like that. We're like machines. We are light. We say things like they are.
Yeah.
We do things to help people because that's what we do.
I've noticed I never looked around before, but I started looking just a little bit just to see what kind of information people get about you. And there's really, I haven't found much. They'll call in galactic beings. And it's like, oh, and the angels are here. And it's a very biblical description of what you're doing. Like, it's like, all they can do is pray.
Yes, when we come through people, I guess you can say we don't totally take over we don't take over the individual's minds.
Yeah.
But part of their mind is what we say as well, because I am connected to this being. This being signed up to go down there, and we left some information from up here in his head. So that's why when he talks, it sounds, well, you talk to him all the time and, you come up with things, and that's because of these things that we gave him.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to have some things when he came down there. But when we come through this being, he's halfway there, but we're telling him the information. Now, someone that is really super religious, if they say they channel us, we're going to be giving them information, but their input is in there as well. That's why it sounds religious. Okay. Like if someone says that's really religious, and you ask them, well, what does Michael look like? And they will, of course, they're going to say he has wings and stuff because that's what they were taught.
Yeah.
I'm fine. You can give me wings if you want, but I don't have them. But if you want, you can give us wings. But some of the things they may say may sound religious because they were taught religious. You almost have to read into what they say. But since this being was brought up, he was brought up religious, but he never really believed it. But he always knew there was something else. So when I come out, I can actually give out very specific information because he doesn't see me. This being does not see me as an angel with wings. He just sees me as light. And he can say exactly, what is happening. Like if you talk to someone that's under, and let's say I'm talking to someone that's really religious, and I was telling you about the children. If this being was really religious, he would have said, what they are doing is evil, la la la, and this, and they start saying really religious stuff because they are religious. They're kind of saying the same thing I'm saying, but they kind of off tracking a little bit because they throw in the religion in there. So it kind of makes it kind of like disinformation. But for this being, he just gave you specifics because he is not religious anymore. He's giving you specifics. And it's only because through me I can say those things because it is happily coming through him and he's giving you specifics. It is not going to come out as religious. Usually when someone's really religious, they're going to say something. And and sometimes when they channel me, they channel things that they know. I try to give them specific information, but let's see, how can I put this? They will use really big words, or I like to call them cosmic words. And if they're really into astrology, then if they channel me, then everything they're going to say is going to come out like it's astrology.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the same thing, but it's coming out of their mouths, and they're saying it in an astrological way. And people that don't know anything about astrology will not know what he's talking about.
Right.
They won't understand me. So yes, a lot of people need to understand that. That's why everyone sounds different. They're kind of saying the same things, but you're not really getting into specifics that you wanted. It just depends on who's doing the channeling.
It's so nice that we get the specific things for you. It's very helpful.
It is very important that you get to specifics, because if you talk in a way that people don't understand you, then it's not going to work. If you're talking to someone that understands astrology, then they will understand everything I'm saying.
Sure.
But people that don't understand astrology, then they're not going to understand. When people are channeling, it is not really up to them how it comes out. It's just the way it comes out. If I come through someone that knows astrology, then of course it's not going to sound like this. It's going to sound different.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it's good to have different channelers you listen to and get information, because some people say things different.
Okay.
Yes, that is a very important thing for people to know. Every channeler is different.
There are lots of people getting, speaking of channeling, different gifts.
Yes, a lot of people. Yes.
I have people write to me and tell me, even just conversations about, oh, I have this new thing happening and that new thing, and they're immediately awakened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the way it works. They are a lot of people getting more gifts. It is more people getting more gifts now, because it is slowly expanding to more of what you call an audience.
Yeah.
It is more and more people getting into it. And that is a good thing, because people will learn and it will spread, and more people will learn.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that. Well, what's the point if it's not to tip a scale or something? Why are we doing all this? And I said, mostly that you told us that it's so that we can help the other people when all this happens.
Yes.
And I would think also, the more people that are awake, we might have a better timeline.
Yes.
Okay.
A better timeline and a quicker time.
Quicker timeline, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Usually when people say that, they're usually frustrated. They're just frustrated, and, they want everything now and they want it fast.
Yeah.
They're just frustrated.
Okay. I know that you need to go. I only have one other question. It's a personal kind of question, but is TC okay? What happened the other night with TC? I know he's okay now.
He was astral traveling. He was fighting off the negative energies. Your pets have a way of slowing down their heart rate and their pulses. It might seem like they're deceased, but they are not.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
So he had just taken off and running around your house fighting negative energies. That's how they do sometimes.
Okay.
Because, yes, he was not breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Travis knew that and woke up.
Yes, he woke up because he felt him. He felt that his heart had stopped. He didn't know that, but he felt that his heart had stopped. Yeah. And yes, it was really of a shock to him. But at least now he would know that's what it was.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, he was. Yes, it was some trying to get into the house, and he was pushing them away.
Are the pyramids helping?
Yes, the pyramids help. It's good to keep them strengthened.
Okay.
Because they do fade out sometimes. So
okay.
You can just keep putting them up.
I'll do that. Okay, I can see you need to go. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Quantum Healing with the Angels. This podcast is sponsored by Sarah Webb Beyond Quantum Healing. Contact Sarah today for your free consultation and mention this ad for 10% off your quantum healing or quantum connect session.